Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 67. I just wrote it down, I already forgot. Yeah, 67. So this is going to be pretty short because I haven't gotten a whole lot done, besides a few towels, but you guys don't want to see that. So I've been working on stuff for a collaboration that I'm working on, which I just recorded a video for that, so I'm not sure if you'll see that one first or this one first. I guess it depends on when I get around to editing. So, first I wanted to show a, work in progress, except for my stitch marker just fell out. So I have worked a little bit on this temperature blanket for my daughter. And I had a stitch marker showing where I was last time I showed it to you and it just fell out, so I don't know if that came undone, but I know I've added a few rows. I think I was in this range, and yeah, probably that much. It doesn't seem like much, but it's really long or wide, I mean, so it's wider than I can do with this. Like, that's maybe like 3/4 of it is my wingspan. So yeah, so it does take a little bit to do a row, and you know, you color change often every half row, or sometimes I do a row and a half all in the same color, but you gotta look at my little spreadsheet and do all that. So I am working on this a little bit, mostly just Sunday afternoons when I'm watching churchy videos with my kids. So I've just decided to pull it out and start working on it. So that is really my only work in progress, kind of. I mean, I just started something today, but it's not worth showing yet. And the collaboration stuff. But I do have a failed project. Would you like to see? So my best friend, we've been friends since we were 8 years old. And I will tell you, she's about a month older than me. I'm still 34. She always liked Cinderella growing up, and I always liked Ariel. So when my husband found a Disney princess crochet kit at Goodwill, it has the yarn to make a Cinderella and an Ariel. And then there's a whole bunch of patterns for a bunch of other princesses, right? So I was like, well, that's perfect. I will make her the Cinderella and I'll make me the Ariel, right? Yeah, it didn't work. It did not work out. So I don't know what, I don't know, you can't even see the words, but like, you see how weird that head is shaped? It like, it does not look like a circle, but over here, it kind of looks like a circle, right? Maybe, I don't know. So the first thing that was like, the yarn in these kits. So I used the yarn in the kit because I wanted it to be the right colors. I used the hook in the kit, which was a 3.5 millimeter. I did not use the eyes for the kit, and I will show you that. So here is my head. So it is kind of weird shaped, right? This is the eyes that they wanted me to use. Like, oh my goodness, as I drop it. Like, look how huge that is. Okay, so it's like, that is way too big. She won't have any other face. It would just be eyeballs. Like, holy cow. Okay, so that was the first thing. And then the head was the first thing you make. So I'm just making along, making all the pieces. It was a pain in the butt because it's tiny. Like, this yarn is not that great, and it's thin. It acts like it's a 4-weight. I think the pattern says use a 4-weight if you want. Anyway, I made all the pieces. Like, you have, I think this is supposed to be a skirt, the skirt part. And like, I didn't even leave at the end. This is like her chest area, I guess. Like, this goes up the top of the skirt. And then two little teeny tiny arms that have the little puff here, and then her arm, and then her glove. And then, so I was making all those just like, it was a pain in the butt, but I was going to finish it. And then I was doing her hair. And I was getting all confused. So you have these weird popcorn stitches here. And then like triple crochets here. So this is supposed to be the front of her hair. Here's a picture. And then it never really shows, let me see. I don't think it really shows how it attached, like the back looks too much. Yeah, so here's the only picture that kind of shows the back. So I didn't make the headband part or the little choker necklace because I want to start putting it together. Let me get the head bag out. And you're supposed to put the hair on the head first. And this, yeah. Oops, that's backwards. Like, this is how huge the hair is compared to the head. Like, I could not, there was no way I could get it anyhow sewn on with how much space there was without it going like underneath her head and wrapping around, and then this would be way down here. Like, it was just, it's way too big. So I used their yarn, I used their hook. It's not like I switched anything out, and it didn't work. So the only thing I can think of is if I somehow miscounted on the head, like I didn't do enough regular rows, but I don't think so. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. So now I don't want to make the Ariel because I didn't give her the Cinderella, and I'm worried that the Ariel will be just as much a pain in the butt. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I might not keep it. Or I can try a different one and maybe just use my own yarn and not their yarn and see how it turns out. So I don't know. That is my crafting fail. For the last few weeks. So to replace that, because it was a few days before her birthday and I needed to mail her something, I decided to make her basically the coin purse that I wanted to make for myself, which I still might make one for myself because that was on my list of things to make this year. And so I mailed it out, but I'll post a picture. It's one of those with the little squeezy opening thingies. So you squeeze the sides and it opens up. I still want to figure out how to be able to make those so that the, because when you crochet around it, it's kind of thick, right? So the metal pieces don't like close quite all the way. They kind of like stay a little bit open. And I'm worried that that won't be super great for coins because they're going to slip out little holes if you don't close it all the way. Anyway, so I used, hold on, I like keeping that door open so I can hear my kids, but then the heater turns on, then it's all loud. So anyway, I used this, it's Lion Brand home cording, and it's like falling apart at this point. It's like a big, it's getting to be a mess. I got this at Hobby Lobby when it was clearance down for $1.49. And so, yeah, it's just like my daughter thought it was hair tie material, because it does kind of look like hair ties, just like the skinny ones, but it's not stretchy at all. And it's 50% recycled cotton and 50% polyester. So it's definitely interesting to work with. I used, what kind of hook did I use? I want to say I used a G hook or an F hook. I know it was smaller than an H. I think it was a G hook because some of my G hooks are almost a little bit sharp. And it was actually, how tight I was going, some of the like outer layer of the cord was being like ripped off almost. So I had to be careful with when I was pulling it through not to snag with my hook. But that was like my hook issue, not the cording. So I don't know how well this will hold up like in a purse being like banged around, if it's gonna like get the outer layers like rubbed off, or how it's gonna hold up. So I asked her, I was like, hey, let me know if it falls apart and I will know not to use it to make other people these. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so it was a little bit hard on my hands to work with, and I think a lot of it's probably because I wanted it really tight. I wanted the stitches to be tight for a coin purse, not, you know, open and stuff. But I think it turned out looking kind of cool, like the stitch definition. It was just, I just did basic single crochets. Like that's literally all I did. I chained about the width of the opening, and then just did single crochets around that first chain, and then just went around, and then I did do a few decreases because it ended up being a little too wide for the opening, so at the last few rounds I did some decreases to get it to equal the width of the little middle clasp thingy. So yeah, so then I mailed it like the day before her birthday, and she got it a few days later. So that was that adventure. So that was an unplanned finished project that got done. My only other finished project that I have is I recently started with a group of friends doing what we call Joy School with all of our 3-year-olds. I think they're all 3. Normally we would have started, so basically it's just preschool, like home preschool that you rotate with the other moms. So you take turns being the hosts, and then there's always a mom there also helping, so there's 2 people there, and there's just 5 kids, so it's pretty low-key. Anyway, we started it in January because 2 of the people involved had babies in November, and they didn't want to start something at, like when school started in August, September time, when they were getting ready to have their babies, and then holidays and everything after that. So we figured they're just 3, like anything they can do to have some social interaction, a little bit of learning time. Anyway, so I hosted today. I did the letter B, and I decided to make little bees for them to take home, like little bumblebees, not letter B's, right? And I really wanted to use the Parfait Chunky that I got. Oh, that's another acquisition. That's an acquisition that I didn't bring down, but I ordered some Parfait Chunky from Hirschner's, and I already had some black because I used some. I had ordered some to make my mom that gnome for Christmas, and then I just recently ordered some pastel-y colors for maybe some Easter projects. Anyway, so I ordered a yellow, and I already had the black because I wanted to make bumblebees. And there's a lot of bumblebee patterns out there, and most of them are big, and I wanted something little for these little toddler hands. So I searched on Instagram. Ella from No Catchy Name is always like reminding me through her videos that you can find free patterns on Instagram. People will just post their patterns, and then you just swipe over to see like the whole pattern. And I've seen them before. There's a few people I follow that post those, but I'd never searched for one. So I was like, but I wasn't finding what I wanted on Pinterest or Ravelry. So I was like, let's just check Instagram. And I found a few that were kind of cute. So my issue was I didn't like how doing one row of black makes the black look like zigzaggy, if that makes sense, when you're doing just single crochets. So I tried like making up my own pattern, and that wasn't working. So I just went with this one that was made for like a little keychain, and she said that she specifically designed it, and I'll try to post the link down below if I know how to post links to Instagram, but she specifically made it to be with the Parfait, with a chunkier yarn, but to make it tiny. So I will show you. This is my daughter's, and I'm glad she got this one because his is the one with the wonky sideways wings. So you see how it's like zigzaggy, but if you had 2 rows it'd be less zigzaggy, I feel like. But since I wanted him small, I just left it like that. And yeah, you're supposed to, according to the pattern, put the wings on where the color changes to kind of cover that up. And I did that, but I apparently had my eyeballs not centered, so he's sideways. The rest of them aren't as bad. Some of them look a little more angry for some reason. I think it's because I put the safety eyes on a little tight, and so it looks like they have little grumpy eyebrows with the fluffy yarn over top of their eyes. Well, now he has reflections of my light that makes him look even grumpier. But yeah, so I just made 5 little bees, and it was a quick, it only took maybe an hour and a half to make all 5 little bees. So yeah, this is Parfait Chunky in black, and I don't know what color yellow this is because they had a few different colors of yellow. And the wings is actually you can see it. Oh, that's not gonna show up. You can see it's a little bit different texture. It's just chenille, one of Premier's dollar store yarns. But yeah, so I just gave them to them as they left, so they didn't like destroy them and throw them all around my house. So that is my only finished object, I think. And so other things I wanted to talk about, I am in the process, I feel like I say this all the time, I'm in the process of reorganizing my craft rooms. It's a craft room / toy room. So I just, like last week, finished redoing their game board closet to move like the ones that they play with a lot down at their level so they can get them out easier, and like put the adults ones up high, because I used to have them organized by like size and that didn't make sense. So I just finished that. The room was still destroyed, and I decided to put a new shelf back here instead of, because all my yarn was in like tubs, and I put a little shelf in there instead. And so now the room's still destroyed because I haven't figured out where everything goes yet. So where was I going with this? I had a point. Oh, I was so behind you, and you've seen it in some videos, I have this little shelf that has a bunch of crochet thread on it, like the size 10 and the size 3 and whatever. So I used to, I didn't do any last year. I didn't crochet any necklaces at all last year. And I used to make necklaces often, just with like little seed beads or whatever, and then you just crochet chains with the beads on it. And then you can make just like one layer, you can make a bunch of layers. Anyway, so I was looking at those and I was like, oh, I have all this stuff that I'm not using it. Like, why am I not using it? And I have a drawer over here full of like different seed beads or other beads. And even one of these drawers has more of the crochet thread that's like duplicates of what's over there. So I was like, I need to make myself a goal. So this is like my one kind of crafty goal, because I didn't have very many. I'm gonna make one necklace or jewelry. It doesn't have to necessarily be a necklace, but using those crochet threads, one a month. So at first I was like, I'll just like go at the top and like do everything in each row, and I was like, that will take me like 10 years to do all those. So I'm just picking a row, like going down each row and picking one color on each row to do. So the top row has a few of these. What brand is this? I don't know. It's Garden Metallic. I think I got these from Premier. I could be wrong. But basically, it is a size 10 cotton thread with glitter. So I have like a white one with gold glitter, a tealish one, and a blue, and then this black. So I went to my seed bead or drawer, whatever, and so this is the one I chose. I was gonna do the tealy one, but I didn't have any beads that I liked that went with it. So I have, and I think I've made a necklace with these before, so I might change my mind. I have these that are like purples and greens and but they're all like iridescent, kind of on black. And then I have the same colors in the tinier ones. So I might do a mixture, maybe kind of randomize a few little ones and a big one, a few little ones and a big one. I don't know. It is the 29th today, so we'll see if I get one made before the end of the month, because it was just like last week that I was like, hey, I should do that. So that is my new goal. As far as acquisitions go, I need to show this card that my subscriber friend sent me for Christmas, and I've had it for a while, and I keep forgetting to show it to you. So this is from Evelyn, and she is my one, like, loyal subscriber that actually comments on all my videos, so thank you very much. And I appreciate the card. I think it's super cute, the birds and their hats and scarves and stuff. So fun. So yes, I've had that for a while, and I just keep forgetting to show it and say thank you for it. I also got some stitch markers from Rose like Crochet's Etsy shop. I got some frog ones that you'll have to go look at over on the other collaboration video to see those. But while I was buying those, I decided to buy me some other ones just for fun. So I got these pink feathers I thought were cute. And then this one says strong on it. And I like the colors of that one. So honestly, I don't use fancy stitch markers that often, but I do think they're cute. And I like the idea of using them. I just sometimes forget that I have them to use. And then I got this new Crochet World magazine for spring of 2024. And I forgot to bookmark. There was a lot of like spring cleaning type of things in here, so like some weird scrubbies and like blind cleaners and things like that I probably won't ever use. But I thought I like the doilies sometimes, even though I don't know if I'll ever make one. And here's like the scrubbies things I was talking about. And then, yeah, so I don't know. Sorry, my eye is freaking out. I mean, the bear is cute, but it's made with that like furry yarn that I don't like to use. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll make any of these patterns, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, I guess. It's still fun to look at them and have them in case ever I want to make one. So that will just go in my little stash of magazines and books over there. So I think that is everything for tonight. Like I said, I don't know when this will get edited and uploaded, but either way, look for the Leapfrog crochet along, make along video that will be coming out. That one will be out on February 1st, whether or not this one is or not, before that. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye guys.